Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. It's just a fake cat.
We had some, but they left.
Oh well,
They'll be
it's fine.
back.
I'm your host, Stephanie Katz, with us tonight, Zach
Hello.
and Peter.
Hello.
Look, I even got it right that time.
It's easier.
Fucked
You're
it
only
up
looking
last
at...
time?
Yeah, she points the wrong direction every time. I don't know
No,
how.
didn't I call you Tom last time?
She might have also done that. That actually sounds like something she would also do.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Anyway, so we're here. We're back again to do stuff. Big thing coming out of the last couple of weeks is SAG has joined the writer's strike that's going on for, better I had the burpees.
Apparently.
For, better compensation and benefits and all that stuff.
And restrictions on AI and not allowing companies to buy the likeness of an extra and then, make
Use it in
digital copies
perpetuity.
of them. There's a lot of fucked up shit that they're trying to do right now.
And
that these people are trying to stop.
Also take streaming into account, because I've actually learned a whole lot with everything that's coming on. Like, besides your like mainstream big household names like your Brad Pitts and your Tom Cruises and
Yeah, your mega stars.
your mega stars, like most actors actually make like real shit money, and if they don't make enough money for over the course of a year, they actually lose their insurance.
Yeah.
And then like with how streaming has been working, like they get residuals, but someone literally got a check for 31 cents.
Well, yeah.
And it's like that's fucked up.
Well, yeah. What? Yeah. Shoot, even the big people do get screwed sometimes too. There's this whole thing on Scarlett Johansson, Disney, that kind of thing like that too.
There was a whole fucking ordeal.
Yeah, even if you are super famous, it's still screwed up. In all honesty, but really, and what the funny part is, and I don't understand why there's so much controversy about it, and it just feels like there is. That they just they're trying to help all the other people. And it's a guild. It's a union. That's literally what it's designed for, is so that there is not as much pay disparity between levels. It's literally what it's designed for.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
And then I also definitely
because they won't listen to them.
Looked into it because I wanted to know, well, what did that mean for us? Because obviously, like, we're a podcast that talks about shows and movies and things. So from what I've gathered, and someone actually got the information from a Neil Gaiman tweet, because someone tweeted him and was like, hey, what this mean for us? And basically, like, we can still watch what's out there, react to it, talk about it. They just don't want you to really talk about like upcoming projects that are under the bill of the strike. Like, don't do any cosplaying. If you attend conventions, don't ask the like panelists questions related to anything that's like considered under the under strike.
Well, yeah, anything that's in the can is like that's done or already written. Even it doesn't have to even be filmed. It now has to be filmed.
At conventions, they've specifically asked that you don't ask about past, present, or future work if it's under the strike, and to just kind of just find other fun questions to ask.
That's kind of interesting there too. But yeah, I saw something about that too. Is like, yeah, at this point in time, obviously they're not calling for a boycott of watching media, because all that stuff has already been filmed and technically they've been paid for it.
Yeah, and then the other thing that he said too was like, you boycotting the work at this time actually doesn't help them, because if it doesn't make money, then the studios are just going to be like, well, see, we don't need you anyway. So it actually is better to go see it, do the reaction videos, all that fun stuff.
Well, they still interact with that stuff. They still put a lot of hard work into it. And they've already not been fairly compensated for it. So at least give them some residuals if you can.
The main thing they've asked of people to do to show them support is to donate to the living fund, basically, because all these people are currently out of work, and
Good. None of them are getting paid.
yeah, the main like tactic that the big companies are trying to do to put a stop to it is, well, we just wait until they don't have a home anymore.
Yeah. Then somebody else new moves in. We're good to go.
Right. But then Dwayne Johnson donated the largest single donation that's ever been done to that fund, so I think they're safe for a while.
Did you find the actual number?
The actual number is not listed. It's a 7-digit number.
Sounds like The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, we will definitely put the link to that in the show notes, so that if you do want to go and help out and support, you can do that.
I actually really do love, though, that the Screen Actors Guild did join in with the writers because, well, while they also have the Screen Actors Guild also has some good complaints that they should be able to make as well. The supporting of the writing is really what is going to actually hopefully help constitute some change. Because really, the studios and all those people were really hoping that they could get to the new Screen Actors Guild contract negotiations, get through that, and basically figure out what they had left over that they were willing to part with to the writers, and that makes their negotiations a lot easier. But because the Screen Actors Guild has joined in with this, it's really, we might actually see some change happen from this, which would be really intriguing.
Right.
I think we have the best chance of actually seeing some change happen in a long time.
So basically, if there's any shows that have been sitting in your queue, now's the time to watch them.
Unless it's Secret Invasion, then don't watch it. Before we move on to that, though, funnily enough, Universal's actually getting sued right now over some stuff that happened with the strike.
Oh, yeah?
Is it regarding the trees?
Yeah, they trimmed some trees to lessen the shade for picketers, and those trees didn't belong to them, so now the city's suing them.
The city is? Oh, so it was technically... Because guess what? If they're protesting, they have to be on a public sidewalk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that is public... that's fucking hilarious.
They're like the ones that we have back here.
The crepe myrtles?
Yeah. And there was like a whole bunch of them that line this road.
They're great shade trees, and they're designed to do... They also do great sound blocking qualities.
Yeah, so they were like all up this road, and Universal went and like...
So yeah, so that they had to sit in the sun because it's 100 ball-sack degrees outside everywhere in America.
That's hilarious.
Even places it's not supposed to be. So yeah, now the city of Los Angeles or Hollywood. Well, I don't know. I think it is technically the city of Hollywood.
I think Los Angeles, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, just city of Los Angeles. Is suing Universal because they destroyed city property.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That makes me happy.
So now they can dealing with that shit too, and it's like, what a petty fucking tactic.
That kind of makes me happy inside that at least they're facing consequences for that, because that is a very common tactic.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. Because normally it's just subtle enough that you could almost get away with it until you get sued by the city for it. If they were your trees, it would have been okay.
Right, but it wasn't.
Like if they were hanging,
got a problem.
Like if they were hanging over the lot, like I would see that actually been in the level of petty I would have been good with is like if they're on the Universal lot behind the wall and the limbs just hang over the road and they're like, ooh no, the city had sent us a letter about that. We actually got to trim these back behind the wall. Sorry about that, guys. It's not our fault. That's actually the city. You should sue them for it.
Did they think they were their trees, or they just didn't care?
It's my understanding there were trees that were on the sidewalk, so I'm assuming they just didn't care. Like, they didn't assume the city would give a shit.
It could be a little of both, but they were like, we're just saving the city tree trimming. And somebody at City Hall didn't like that, and I love that. No, not cool with that. My brother actually used to write... he doesn't anymore because he couldn't make any money, so now he trims trees. That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, that is.
But speaking of things that I kind of wish had been canceled by the writers' strike, yeah. So I know that you're just at a principle when we're watching. We haven't really been watching it at all, Peter, because you're like because
they used AI to generate the opening.
And also because of how they've set up the MCU, that can't actually really be Secret Invasion and then Secret War. It just doesn't actually make sense. And half the characters aren't even there. But we watched the first episode, and I have not been compelled to even think about watching it again. I watched reruns of Star Wars Rebels instead of watching new episodes of Secret Invasion.
I would too, honestly.
Honestly,
I
that,
I
kind
watched.
of fucking hate Rebels.
that show's grown on me again. After the first season, it's honestly really good.
I watched 4 seasons of Say Yes to the Dress Atlanta.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
it's a terrible knockoff of an already probably not that great reality show that is very entertaining.
So it's like it's a goes into a bridal salon, and so it like follows brides picking out their dresses, and like the drama comes from like the family and friends, like when they're
It's mostly
tearing apart dresses.
it's mostly binge watched by women who are about to get married or women who regret what they got married in.
First of all, you love Monty, and you can't even lie.
The man is insane. Each of the shows also has their token homosexual man to that is their designer and head of fashion basically, and they're both fantastic.
I don't think Monty's the designer. He's just the fashion
Well,
director.
he's also they're both.
But he's just got like the greatest one-liners.
He's got both of them have real Southern grandma energy.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a lot of bless your hearts going on here.
Ah, got it.
Bless
Like I said,
your heart.
like real Southern grandma energy. She's the sweetest person you ever met. Be like, I'm pretty sure she hates me. Oh no.
Oh no.
You're like I don't. Maybe. No, she
Well,
loves me. No, she definitely loves me.
You're fucking stupid. That's what bless your heart means.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it is nuanced. It is
That's true.
nuanced.
Tone is important. But most commonly, it's you're being called stupid or worthless.
It's just.
Well, my favorite is like when
I hope you get into heaven because that's the only place you'll be happy.
Like
you
when
poor dumb idiot.
when the entourages are getting like really mean, and then like the bridal shop owner Lori and like her and Monty go out, and they basically tell them to shut the fuck up or get out, but like in that real sweet Southern grandma way.
Yeah, it's always, well, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
And Lori's other favorite thing to do is kick grooms off her bridal floor.
And then if they don't like it, they can kiss my grits.
Cause she's very like traditional, where she's like, the groom shouldn't see the dress before and all this stuff. So like,
you just couldn't see the bride. Is it the dress too?
You're not supposed to see the bride in her dress. Basically, you're not supposed to see what your bride will look like on the wedding day because it comes from the tradition of you might not know who showed up the day of your wedding. That's why they also had a veil, so they could hopefully trick the uglier older sister into marrying you off first, so they could use the other one for a viable political gain.
Yeah, and then also
Weddings
like
are weird.
And then it's also just that like the first time he sees you in the dress is just like a very
I will say I'm
emotional.
I'm a big fan of the whole keeping the bride secret before the wedding because that is my favorite moment. I've been involved in 200 something weddings. It has to be now, between working them or being in them, and
a lot, huh?
Yeah, right. The best part of any wedding is when everybody stands up, is to see the look on the groom's face when he first sees the bride is the best thing in the world. It's so sweet. It's the sweetest thing you ever seen.
But like sometimes like they do bring them to the bridal appointments, and it gets on her nerves so bad. But like as soon as the bride has that moment where she's like, "Ooh, I really really love this dress. Oh, I don't want him to see me in this," and then they give Lori the go ahead to kick the groom out. Like it's my favorite thing in the world.
Palpable energy. She had told me about it, and all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, watch this. She's about to get to kick him out," and she just her face lights up with glee. It's honestly a little maniacal and sociopathic. It's the somehow the light that comes into her eyes makes you go, oh no, she's been hiding a lot of stuff. Oh, she is going to enjoy this.
So some darkness is coming out now, huh?
And like the more
this is the meanest I ever get to be, and I'm so excited for it.
And they like
it's gonna make my day.
And then like the more the groom fights her on it, the more satisfaction she gets out of it.
She's like, no, this is private property. And my name's on the building, so I'd like you to leave.
I mean, he doesn't have to leave the building. No. He just has to go downstairs.
You got to go downstairs, buddy. I'm telling you, you got to go.
It's time. Gotta go.
She said that. It's time. You got to go.
There was only one groom that she ever let stay, and that was because of the type they just because of a lot of stuff that was going on in the bride and groom's lives, they were having an elopement. So like he actually wasn't gonna get that moment of watching her walk down the aisle. So like that was her moment. So Lori was like, "Okay, that's sweet. You can stay."
So they jacked her. They made him close his eyes, and then they jacked her up, as they say, and that's adding all the accessories
And the veil and all this stuff.
and making them look like they will as they walk down the aisle. It's the secret tactic to make you buy some jewelry you don't need and another veil, and these shoes go perfectly with this dress for sure.
I don't think
those are released. Well, maybe they don't, but Kleinfeld's does. But yeah, and some of the jewelry is utterly ridiculous too. Oh, they always look good, but I'm like, that's got to be like $9,000 extra dollars. They couldn't spend $3,000 on the dress. They're gonna spend $9,000 on the accessories. Really?
A couple hundred.
Really?
But yeah, and of course, like since the one in Atlanta is in the South, like it's all like go big or go home. So it's like real big.
There's some impressively large hair. I will say it's because it is early 2000s too, so it is a time capsule of wonderfulness. In the early seasons, it's like 2002. Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
So far, my favorite episode has been Miranda Lambert's bandmate was getting married, so they all went with her to pick out the dress. And
was Miranda there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And so Monty got all excited, so he showed up in like cowboy gear, like boots, and it was fantastic. It made me really happy.
I didn't see that.
I mean, I binged 4 seasons without you.
Yeah, I don't mind you watching it without me. It's totally cool. Totally cool.
So, I'm taking a certain amount of joy that we've spent like the last 10 minutes talking about a wedding show from 2002 instead of Secret Invasion.
Yeah, again, because it's not worth even talking about. I've not been... There was nothing compelling in the first episode. Honestly.
They killed everyone off!
And didn't even leave it like open... Well, and they totally did leave it technically open to interpretation, but it's also like...
Oh, apparently a really big crazy twist happened.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Apparently it was a pitched like after credits scene for Endgame, and it is that Skrulls got to the like aftermath of the battle and took DNA from superheroes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And so that's how they turned into them? That's how they're going to do the Secret War bullshit?
I mean, that's kind of what happened with the comic. That's why they captured him.
Yeah.
You get the access to the memories and the DNA and all that.
Yeah,
it's just like... It's almost a story you shouldn't have even announced, because the only chance you would have had at making it compelling is if we were surprised by it happening very suddenly.
Yeah.
Like, we needed to see a hero get revealed to be a Skrull before the show was even announced.
Yeah, like that needed to be the end sequence in Ant-Man Quantumania. All of a sudden, the Wasp was actually a Skrull the whole time, or some weird shit like that.
She wouldn't have been a bad choice, actually.
Like I said, somebody just off enough that they could then get away with writing her out completely too.
Yeah. I know. I think between the three of us, we've all kind of agreed that we're kind of minus a couple projects, we're kind of just done with Marvel.
It seems like the MCU definitely should have ended with the movie with the word "end" in it.
Yeah, we made that point before because
No Way Home was like a really good like.
That was like the methadone after you're coming off of heroin. Okay, that was just a little thing. You're like, all right, here's that last little bit for you. Calm down. It's gonna be okay.
I talk to this with a few other friends sometimes. Like, a lot of the stuff that the MCU has put out since then are fine as like little epilogue things.
Yeah. But
this is just where the character ends up. Like the fucking Hawkeye show is fine as an epilogue. Thor is fine as an epilogue. Guardians 3 is fine as an epilogue.
We closed out the story, yeah.
Yeah, but the ones that I've had the biggest issues with
are the ones that's trying to build the Nick section, yeah, and they're just not doing a good job with it.
No.
I agree with that.
The problem is they're not living up to one of the greatest masterpieces of cinematic history, putting all that together and actually building that. Yeah, that was a big fucking deal. And now you're going to try and do it again? It's never going to be as good as it was the first time. Because it was
guys.
Because it was a novel, crazy idea when they did it that you did have to watch 22 films and able to understand really what was going on here. Yeah, you could pick and choose, and you didn't have to see them all. But there
You
are
really
definitely
didn't see all of them, but
yeah, but there's definitely and there's also definitely things you would have missed had you not watched all of them. But
Right.
when you do watch all of them, it creates a story that is fantastic, start to finish, and it has a nice, wonderful ending in a thing called Endgame.
Right.
And it's over and it's done with. That's why they didn't have an after credit scene, because it was over.
They
end.
cut it out and they just had the original the sound from when Tony
Exactly.
was building for a suit, right?
But that was the right choice, was to not have an end credit scene and just it faded to black. It did.
It faded to black and it used the sound from the very beginning of the series.
It's over.
That is an end cap right there.
It's over.
Yes, you can have your epilogue movies. Now to piss off the internet, No Way Home's actually not that good. But
I didn't say it was the greatest movie ever written, but
no, I've tried to revisit it a few times and I've noticed some oddities in the pacing. Like anytime a character that wasn't from the MCU, like they're coming from the old Spider-Man movies, shows up, there's weird pauses that were clearly put there because they expect the audience to cheer.
Oh yeah, it does not. It was not. It's not as good on your TV as it was in a theater watching it live for the first time, kind of thing like that. Because yeah, they definitely did that. There is spots that you go. There's a couple of those in Endgame too, honestly.
Yeah.
But
on a random aside, did you guys see the meme, the new exchange between Tom, Toby, and Andrew?
No, what?
Okay, so you know how in No Way Home, Andrew goes, "Oh man, I love you guys," and they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sure, okay." So now there's a meme where they're all on like an actual, and like they were having like a video call, and Tom and Toby go, you can look the video up, and they're like, "Andrew, there's something we really wanted to tell you. We love you too." And Andrew's like, "That's all I ever wanted." it's just fantastic.
yeah, actually, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire have a really weird friendship that has now blossomed after that, and it's
And
kind
it
of
includes
hilarious.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, but I will say the two older gentlemen are like, for some reason they're like best bros. Like Tobey Maguire goes on other things talking about other stuff now, and he's like, "Yeah, Andrew Garfield's still living on my couch in my basement. It's pretty cool though." I mean, he's a good guy.
It's like the best bromance to ever come out of the
It's like
MCU.
that's actually where we were when we found out about this. He was on the couch, and well, Kevin Feige calls me, and he's on the phone, and Andrew kind of heard me. He's like, "Me too." He goes,
Me too. People love me too, right? Yeah.
"They meant me too, right? All the Spider-Man."
I say that. I really liked the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, even with some of its more egregious flaws.
Yeah, I honestly.
Like the fact that he started making the Spider-Man suit so that he wouldn't get in trouble for his many crimes.
He was one of my favorite incarnations of of Peter Parker. I thought he was a good. Not
I
Peter
think we
Parker,
talked
sorry.
about this before.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
No, he's a good.
Andrew's a really good Spider-Man, but he's kind of
Yeah.
a shit Peter.
Exactly. And Toby's a great Peter.
But he's kind of a shit Spider-Man.
He's an okay Spider-Man. He's a pretty good Spider-Man. Tom is honestly a great in both. He's just awkward enough as Peter, and just enough of an asshole as Spider-Man that it rides that wonderful line that makes you love Spider-Man, and then also realize, oh, he only ruins his own life. His biggest villain is himself.
I like rewatching the clip where they're asking him like, "Where's webs come from?" And Tom's like,
I got holes. Can we see the holes?
No, he's like, "What about your butt? Does it come out of your butt too?"
No.
Like he says it without saying it.
Yeah, no.
I forget what he says, but
Yeah, no,
that's basically what he's asking.
So you're talking about in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mine just sort of come out of me, and they're like, "Does it come out of anywhere else?"
Yeah.
Is what Tom
Yeah.
Holland says, while Andrew mouths,
I just mushed them together.
"Yeah."
But it is solid. It is solid. I was
So
glad that Tobey Maguire was still alive to do that. Honestly.
right, yeah.
No,
To
no
jump
scan
topics
Peter.
a little bit, we talked about this last time.
That's
What's
fine.
that?
Jump away.
That they've confirmed the new actor for Superman.
Oh.
Oh, did they? No, we knew.
Yeah.
Who did they say it was?
David Cornsweet. He hasn't been like the main character in anything really.
Corn Sweat.
Corin Sweat.
Oh, like
It's a weird name.
no, I thought it was corn sweat. Okay, so that's even weirder.
That's how people are saying it online, but it's spelled Corin Sweat.
Corn sweat.
What has he? So
What?
he hasn't been in anything big.
New
Do we know who
Superman.
he
He's
is?
been in a lot of stuff, but he's always been like side characters.
Corn sweat. Corn.
Sure. Yeah, he looks fine.
Corn sweat.
It's fine.
Corn sweat.
I looked up a few clips of him, and it's like I think he's gonna do a good
It kind of
job.
looks like Henry Cavill.
A little bit.
The goal is, I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
they all look like Superman.
Henry Cavill
Okay.
looks like Superman.
Yeah, they're all trying to look like Christopher Reeve, except a little bit bigger now. They're like, oh, you gotta have a little bit more muscle. And at the time, Christopher Reeve was jacked as all hell.
I don't know. Is anyone as jacked as fucking what's his toes though? Tom.
Who? What's his toes?
Tom Wellington.
Tom Wellington.
Smallville.
Oh, that dude's got some shoulders on him. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's got pretty broad shoulders, but there's a reason he never wanted to put on the suit.
Yeah, because he didn't have the abs for it.
I'm sure he has the abs. now.
He doesn't.
He does not. He didn't in the Smallville show, and he didn't in his appearance in the Arrowverse. That is not a knock against him. I am also clearly lacking the abs for Superman.
I would say I don't even think he was shirtless in Lucifer.
And what?
Are you sure?
He was in Lucifer. He plays. Cain.
Oh yeah, he was.
He plays Cain, and I don't believe. You get. He does have some abs because he does, but I think that he did that after Superman. Honestly, I think that was the first time he ever like took his shirt off. Shit.
Like shirtless at the very beginning of Smallville, and he's a teen. He's
Now
got
you're
teen
gonna
body.
make me Google shirtless Tom Wellington.
Like you haven't already.
Oh, it's gonna be the first. It's gonna come up. It's auto.
First of all, I barely have the word shirt in here.
I know, and it says shirtless Tom Wellington. Wow.
It
wow.
does not.
Christmas- I'm obviously
I-
kidding. Good lord.
That wouldn't have worked anyway. It's incredibly blurry up there.
Obviously kidding. Oh my
Is that how you
goodness.
spell his name?
No idea. Yes, apparently there's.
He's
It's not hard to spell his name.
He's for sure taken his top off
Okay.
a couple times.
Yeah, well, that's when he was like 17. So why don't you get your guns down?
Images.
Oh, she's going to the images. She's on the 4th page. If it's not on the second.
I mean, does he have a defined? Well, except for that one right there. That's a nice one.
Jesus.
Come on. You're not even looking.
Is his name's Tom Welling or Tom Wellington?
It might be Welling. Whatever.
He has what they colloquially known as sex arrows, and or I don't want to
Okay,
say
he
that
took
word.
his shirt off a bunch in
Gutters, if I may.
in Smallville.
Well,
Yes,
you know what?
I was wrong about that immediately. But that being said, it is the same thing of like he's not necessarily jacked. Which even further, Superman doesn't need to be jacked. That's not how Superman works.
Oh, it totally is. Superman's super jacked.
I never said he had to be jacked. He said, because something about being jacked, and Christopher Reeves was jacked, and I said, as jacked as Tom Welling.
Oh, when he was playing, probably more so.
Oh yeah.
Because he specifically went through like a bunch of training to build muscle before he played Superman.
I don't know. The new guy looks okay.
I think he can do
He-
it.
he
I
look-
think he'll do a good job.
He looks like a
He's got
man.
the voice for it too. Look up some clips for him after we record.
Oh, does he have the right voice?
Yeah,
Because that's very important too.
Do you hear that?
No, I did.
it's the nukes falling towards your house.
Finally.
Okay,
Ugh.
so I think that the neighbors behind us have a chicken, which is fine
Okay.
if you know they have a chicken. Otherwise, whatever noise was coming from their backyard, a little scary.
You should probably look over their fence then.
You look over their
But what
fence.
if it's not a chicken? And then they take your head. I don't know. It's not close enough to Halloween for that, I don't feel like.
It's probably
Probably safe.
weirdo.
Have either of y'all watched the new Superman show?
What new
There's
Superman
a new
show?
Superman show?
It's a cartoon, My Adventures with Superman. It's on Adult Swim. The first 4 episodes are already on Max.
I have
I have
not,
not.
seen that.
Didn't even know there was one.
Jack Quaid is playing Clark Kent.
I like Jack Quaid.
I think we
Yeah,
talked
he does a
about
pretty solid
this.
job. Yeah, we talked about it last one before it had premiered. It's 3 or 4 episodes are out now. In the second episode, Superman has a Sailor Moon transformation sequence. So that's a fun thing.
That I want to see. I want to see
It's
that.
pretty fun.
I want to see the take on that one. Is it a comedy like the Harley Quinn show?
It's definitely leaning comedy, but it still has it's still definitely better Superman writing than anything Snyder did.
I know it's HBO Max and technically Adult Swim, so is it? I'm assuming there's a lot of violence and cursing still, as well.
I haven't seen episode 4. I haven't really heard much cursing, but Superman's not really that character.
Well, he's not. So not yet. He's not going to rip a dude in half. No.
Yeah.
But
he's not. He's also like he definitely is a character who would shout language at someone who cusses.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
he's not a cusser. Yeah.
They're giving him true old school farm boy from Smallville, Kansas vibes.
They have made him like a dorky farm boy from Kansas again.
It should be. That's who Superman is. God damn it! It's Clark Kent.
Honestly, the only thing that really feels wrong with how they've characterized it is the fact that he didn't go to Metropolis with the plans to be Superman. He just started doing Superman stuff after he went to Metropolis.
Nah, that was kind of the big though. That's always been really the main driving point in the comics. It's not he didn't go to Metropolis to be a news reporter. He went to Metropolis to be a Superman, and guess what? A good reason to be in weird places of the cities at weird times is to be a beat reporter.
Right. Now that interpretation where he goes to be a reporter first is a little closer to the comic Superman Birthright, where he had been doing reporter stuff for a while.
I guess, yeah.
Before he goes to Metropolis.
He was on a high school newspaper. It's true.
Yeah, that's Smallville, but that was also actually the case in Birthright. But he'd gone to college for it at this point too.
Nah. He should.
So the other thing that's a little weird is the way his power scaling works, in that he doesn't seem to actually be as strong as you would expect Superman to be, except for when he is. Because there's these random moments where he gets sudden bursts of way more power.
Well, maybe has to come overcome his own internal limitations on this one.
We don't know yet. Only 4 episodes in. But yeah, that is very much. This is early Superman. It's him kind of almost going through the Smallville stuff.
A little bit.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed it so far. Again, Jack Quaid is doing a pretty phenomenal job as Superman.
Is it same kind of style as like the Harley Quinn show?
It's a little more anime inspired.
Okay, so what is it called again? Superman.
You couldn't figure that out by the Sailor Moon transformation montage?
My Adventures with Superman. What are you looking up?
Never mind.
I didn't hear you. I was trying to write stuff.
Basically, if you want a Superman that acts like Superman for the first time in like a decade, this is where you need to go to find it.
He looks pretty Superman-y, and Jack Quaid doing the voice just feels right. He gets to actually be a good guy instead of having to be queuing in the boys now.
Right.
Jack
I like the
stuff.
yeah, he's Brad Boimler.
I always fucking forget that.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be live action in Brad Boimler as well now too.
Wait, who is he?
Okay, time out. Season 4 is coming out soon. We have to catch him on season 3.
Of what?
What about live action Boimler?
So there is going to be a crossover episode with Star Trek New Worlds or Strange Worlds, where the actors that play Mariner and Boimler are going to be appearing as the live action versions of the characters.
So now I gotta watch another show.
Or you just need to watch the episodes. But also watch Strange Worlds or Strange New Worlds. It's fucking good.
I've actually heard good things. I've heard a lot. It's a similar vibe to like Voyager.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a direct continuation. No, not Voyager. I was thinking of Destiny. My fault.
Yeah, but
I was like,
But people didn't like Destiny, but this one seems to have more of the vibe of like that Voyager vibe. Yeah. It's one long continuous.
You mean Discovery?
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Yeah, that is what I meant.
That's what he corrected it to.
I got confused.
You're good. Don't worry about it. Point being, though, they're going to play the live-action versions of the characters for one episode of Strange New Worlds.
Are you sure I think we're caught up on Lower Decks.
No.
What is the last thing y'all remember about Lower Decks?
I don't even remember.
Wow.
Spectacular.
I'm down to watch it again because
it's just fucking good anyway.
And I guess there's a lot of good stuff coming out too because I guess the next season of Invincible is supposed to come out too.
You cut out. What was that?
The next season of Invincible's also coming out.
Yeah, next season of Invincible's coming out in 2 days. Season 4 of Harley Quinn is gonna hit.
Oh, I'm actually down for that too.
Ahsoka? Anyone excited for Ahsoka besides me?
I'm keeping my expectations low.
That's where I'm at. I'm gonna watch that, but I'm kind of.
I'm really hoping to be pleasantly surprised.
Just love Ahsoka.
No, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
fine.
We have definitely.
Speaking of Star Wars things, did you watch
definitely caught up on
Visions 2?
Season 3.
I didn't get past the first episode.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The first season was so much better.
Yeah.
This
season
one also...
two. Season 2 is all about annoying children.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, like every episode.
All of the protagonists are, in her opinion, annoying. There's a couple that are the children aren't quite as annoying, but I still don't like the story.
Yeah, every single time I was like, "Is this kid fucking stupid? I hate him or her." Or
Well, so
or whoever.
I looked at what was available when the season launched, and I was like, I'll try to watch these. I watched the first episode, like that was fine, but I don't really have any inclination to continue watching.
Honestly,
there was a few art styles I saw that I'm like, I kind of want to see this just for the art, but I don't know if it'd be worth it.
That was really all it is. There was a couple that were really visually cool, but it didn't make up for the story.
The funny thing is, he was so excited about the Wallace and Gromit one, and that's the one I think that annoyed me the most.
Oh, is the Wallace and Gromit one bad? That's one of the ones I wanted to watch.
It was disappointing.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like the stories in the first fucking season were deep or anything.
And again, the animation was fucking sick.
But that's
because it is. I love stop motion animation. It's the guys who made Wallace and Gromit.
In the first one, like, were they deep stories? No, but they were at least like yeah. But like literally every one of these features an annoying kid who's just being fucking stupid, and it's like, man, I'm actually rooting for the Empire in this.
Except for the last one, which was just an annoying kid whose parents were doing something stupid, but not allowing her to fix everything.
Wonder if that's in reaction to the more popular episodes from the first season. Aside from the very first episode, most of the really popular episodes of season 1 were about kid protagonists.
Yeah, we're the more kid-centric ones. My favorite ones were the first one, and then like with the crazy old Sith dude too, which was dope.
Yeah,
that guy was cool.
I mean, realistically, I think we talked about this. I pretty much liked every episode except for one. And
was it the twins?
It's the twins. The twins is really fun. I hated the twins a lot.
There's only one good portion of that whole thing, and it's also the stupidest thing in it. It's visually, it's the coolest thing they do, but it's also the dumbest thing they do. When he loads and cocks his lightsaber, and then I'm like, animation style, it was super cool.
It's fucking gorgeous, but it's so stupid.
It's so dumb. I hate it so much, but that's my favorite part of the episode. I love it, but I hate it so fucking much. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen. Now I want one that does it, though, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a tangent, but it's still Star Wars. We just grabbed the new mini game of theirs, the Shatterpoint, the one that's based around the Clone Wars animated style.
Nice.
Yeah, it was only like $200. Jesus.
Only $200.
Jesus Christ.
Cray.
Yeah, it's a solid like
Wait, what's
$80 more expensive than the Legion set. Shatterpoint.
It's the Shatterpoint one. Okay, yeah, it's the Mace Windu expansion pack.
I mean, you can get a Mace Windu expansion pack, yeah.
It should be. That's specifically his force power.
He's not in the starter set. You'd think he would now that you mention it, because that's his whole thing.
He's not.
He's not in the starter. The starter has 4 heroes and 4 villains. It's Ahsoka, Anakin, Bo-Katan, and Commander Cody. And then for the villains, it's Asajj, Maul.
Robot Legs Maul?
No. Well, yes, but not like Spider Legs Maul. Yeah. And then two droids. Like 2 droid commanders.
So like Robot Seder Maul, where he's got backwards knees, right?
No, it's like Final Fight with Ahsoka on Mandalore Maul.
Damn.
Yeah. He's robot legs, but he's not any weird robot legs.
I think his knees do still bend backwards in that, technically.
They do, but it's not like the mini does that.
Damn.
I will say that.
Then they got a couple of like the clone commander guys too.
They've got no. Actually, they don't have any commandos. They just have standard.
I said commanders. The like.
Oh yeah.
The general robots.
Roger.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
The not Roger ones, the ones with the square heads.
No.
No Roger
I,
Wars.
one second, I'm just gonna grab the fucking box.
I gotta see these now.
Oh wait, no. Why am I gonna go grab a box? I can just look it up.
Shatterpoint, Star Wars. I'm looking it up right now. What are we doing? We're fucking this up.
You guys are both dumb.
Yes, so dumb. What do you want from me? Jesus, you're right. That is not cheap.
No, it's expensive.
I don't really want to accept the cookies, but I will.
Oh, it's Gar Saxon is one of the fucking villains. I couldn't remember that for some reason.
Oh, because in the second expansion packs, it's like a bunch more Mandalorians.
They are too Roger.
No, they have 2 squads of Roger Rogers, and then they have a clone commander, or not clone commander,
Tactical?
a tactical.
I think that was what was fucking with me. It's a tactical droid. You were saying clone commander, so my mind kept going to Republic Commandos.
Yeah, I said the wrong thing. Okay.
Which you can get a set that has Republic Commandos in it, and I'm gonna order that. But that's not important. What comes in the starter set is what I'm talking about.
So the starter set you said came with Ahsoka, Anakin, Rex, or Cody.
Cody.
Are you sure it's not
Yeah,
Rex?
That's Rex.
Yeah, you said Cody.
I said Cody. That's my bad.
Okay, I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Rex? I'm pretty sure.
That's
see
Rex.
Rex.
Oh my god.
That's not Cody.
So, speaking of Rex, I'm so excited.
He's my
I think
favorite.
that's one of the things that I'm really excited for the Ahsoka show is that Tamora Morrison is going to play Captain Rex in the Ahsoka show.
I want to see Tamora Morrison with a great white Santa beard.
I'm so excited.
Canonically
Boba Fett.
Canonically, that's what Rex has to look like.
Yeah.
He even looks like that in Return of the Jedi because they technically retconned it to make him be one of the commandos that goes down to take out the shield generator for the second Death Star.
Yeah.
And
Yay.
that's one of those digitally remasterings. I don't have a problem with because they didn't actually change anything in the movie. They're just like, yeah, that guy's also Rex, and it was called real because Dave Filoni got to say it when he was actually making the canon. He goes, oh yeah, that's totally Rex at the end of Return of the Jedi for sure. Helping him out.
I'm now legit kind of botted that Mace Windu's not in the starter set.
It's called Shatterpoint, right?
Yeah, that's his thing. He's got an expansion. It's him.
That's how they get you.
Like troopers and Commander Pawns.
That's how they get you.
What the fuck? That ain't right.
And the one I'm planning to grab is the Luminari expansion because that comes with the Commandos.
Oh.
What?
Nothing. It just makes me laugh.
They're more expensive for a reason, to be clear, too. The Legion minis, they kind of suck ass. And the new ones are significantly nicer.
So has this game worked now? What is this? Is this like Warhammer with Star Wars? What is this?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's actually pretty accurate. Ooh,
that's exactly what it is.
No, you need to get the We Are Brave squad pack for sure. Comes with Queen
We Are
Padme
Brave?
Amidala, Sabe, and 2 royal Naboo royal handmaidens. They are all armed. If that makes any difference to you.
So do all the minis already come like painted and
I don't
everything?
think so.
Fuck no. That's why I would never want to buy fucking Padme Amidala.
Yeah, they don't come painted.
So seriously, it's literally like Warhammer where you have to put the shit together and paint it too?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, did you say have to and not get to?
Yeah, the pictures on the box are an artist rendition of what you could make them look like.
Bro, that's way too much.
But
It's something I have a lot of fun doing.
No, if that's your thing, I'm so happy for you. There's too much for me.
How about the Hello There squad pack?
Well, of course, you gotta get Obi-Wan.
Oh, and it comes with Commander Rex too.
You mean Cody?
Cody, yeah, Commander Cody.
It's fine. I fucked it up the
Captain
first
Rex,
time.
Captain Rex, Commander Cody. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with us today? I'm loving it.
It's just all of us. There's Dark Sisters. There's Cad Bane.
Ooh, they have the
there's
Jedi Hunters.
Yeah.
The Jedi Hunters, you can get Grand Inquisitor Reva, 5th brother, and 4th sister. No, I'd rather have 9th sister. I want the big fucking dinosaur-looking bitch that tries to kill you in.
It's an odd combination there, isn't it? Especially because everyone fucking hates Reva.
I don't think everybody does.
She's very unpopular. It would make more sense to.
Which one's fourth sister? Is she the one that hits on Ezra?
I think so.
Is she the one with the weird spider droid, like all her tiny probe droids?
Oh no, she's not.
No,
Fourth
that
sister? Where
that
did
has
you
to be
appear,
like
fourth
that might be
sister?
seventh sister. Where's fourth sister? Who the fuck is fourth sister?
Apparently was a background character in Kenobi.
Well, that's stupid,
Hot.
and I hate that even more.
I'm sorry.
That's 2 Kenobi characters. I mean, technically, all of them are the ones that appear in Kenobi, and they specifically ignore the ones that appear elsewhere.
I'm sorry.
No, fifth brother. Well, I guess no fifth brother. Yeah, he's in Rebels, but he was also in.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Kenobi.
Like
Yeah.
these characters specifically all appear in Kenobi versus the other Inquisitors who don't.
I mean, that makes sense if it's the Hello There pack.
That's not the Hello There pack. That's just the Jedi Hunter.
My bad.
And the Hello There pack would make even less sense because that's
I thought you were still talking about.
Clone Wars.
You know what?
The Witches of Dathomir one looks good.
It does. There is a Kenobi pack. It's the You Cannot Run dual pack, and it just comes with Vader and Obi-Wan.
Ooh.
Oh, and some scenery, like it some terrain.
Fistful of Credits looks good too. It's just bounty hunters mostly. It's got Cad Bane and Aura Singh and who's that dude? Mephistopheles, I'm pretty sure. That's a. I want one with a couple more.
Fox just lists them as bounty hunters.
You need some more. You need some more. They need some more with some Rebels characters. They got Dooku on there.
Well, so Shatterpoint was specifically launched to focus more on the Clone Wars era.
Well,
Legion is where they've got a lot more of the like rebellion and Galactic Civil
is
War.
that true? Oh,
And I think that's in large part because the Clone Wars set for Legion was really unpopular because the Clone Wars set for Legion was really bad. Like the droids were really difficult to put together and would break pretty casually because they were smaller minis. They were really fucking flimsy. Like I have the Clone Wars set for Legion and it fell apart.
So how big are these bitches?
They have one called Outer Rim too. That's a whole nother game.
Yeah, they're I think it's 40 millimeters.
Yeah, they're minis.
They're minis. Yeah,
So it's like.
That's too big.
It's literally Warhammer.
That's a little closer.
They're
Yeah.
miniatures.
They're small.
Well, some Warhammer pieces are fucking huge.
Yeah, but those are specifically large units like dreadnoughts that are meant to be large to scale.
Yeah, I bet if you had an AT-AT for your expansion pack, that motherfucker would be pretty big. All right.
Yeah, I mean, there's some vehicles for Legion that are like, yeah, these are sizable, but the actual units are the Legion units. Their base for humans is 35 millimeters.
Oh, alrighty. Well, you have fun with that.
I do. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking Star Wars board games right now.
Yeah, to get the Mace Windu one, you have to get this party's over squad pack.
Yes.
What the fuck?
That really should have been in the core set, but it makes sense that the core set for the game that focuses on
the Clone Wars,
the Clone
Wars
is,
people, yes.
Yeah. The most popular characters from the Clone Wars in the most iconic battle.
Well, if they were going most popular, they should have at least had a Grievous there or something like that. I don't know.
I'm specifically referring to the show.
Well, yeah, but I'm still saying.
Plus,
there's
like a weird continuity thing.
Which battle are you saying is which?
The final one in the last season with
Okay, yeah.
That when it looks at it, it's like Asajj and Anakin kind of don't belong here, but the rest of them do.
Sure.
And honestly, if you're gonna have Asajj there, you need Obi-Wan because they're kind of a thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's tried at least. Come on, once. He tried to smash for sure. For sure.
Well, yeah, but then why wouldn't you buy the Hello There set?
Hello there.
You gotta get.
We want to have Captain Rex here, so that means we have to have the 501st Legion, and if we have the 501st Legion, we have to have Anakin.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need Rex there. That's the problem. Though. You do need Rex there.
You do really, because Rex and Ahsoka are friends. They're big buddies.
Oh, I was just saying Rex is the only smart one out of all of them.
You're also not wrong there.
You
This
do
is a
still
strategy
need
game. Someone has to work it
you
out.
do still need a tactician. It's a strategy game. Come on, somebody's got to actually go. Okay, I like the plan. Few notes.
You know.
I'm probably gonna die if we do that plan. Can we not do that plan? Cool.
They
You know
have
you're
the X-Wing board game, which I have. They've got fucking Armada. They've got a bunch of shit. They've arguably got too much shit.
I've never been a miniatures game kind of guy. I will say I've never been one that I needed to sit down and paint them and do that stuff. It's all too much work.
With Legion and Shatterpoint, I'm okay with the painting because I'll do the weird thing apparently, and I'll paint them before I put them together. I just find it a little easier to not fuck up by painting the individual pieces first. But I would not have gotten the X-Wing starter if I paint those fucking ships. It's just too much detail for too small of a mini. Like, those are pre-painted, and thank God for that.
My goodness.
You're not losing any sleep over the fact they were pre-painted?
I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna customize the X-Wing or anything. It's a fucking X-Wing.
There's some guys that do.
I know.
There's some guys that will go back and paint those models.
Oh, did y'all see that fucking $500 like Ghost and Phantom toy for Rebels that they're kickstarted?
I've not.
No, but that sounds.
Oh,
awesome.
they just announced it at the San Diego Comic-Con. It's like $500 to join the Kickstarter. They met their goal in just a couple of days, which baffled me a little bit.
It doesn't surprise me. People pay them.
Did it?
Wait, is it Lego?
No, it's just a toy.
Oh, so
To be fair, it comes with the full Phantom crew and everything.
I would say, is it scaled? Is it scaled to the Black Series figures kind of thing like that?
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's like old school. It's the modern version of the GI Joe fucking aircraft carrier.
Pretty much.
I want one.
Yeah, it comes with new versions of all the characters and everything. And since they've met their goal, if you sign up now, I believe on the Kickstarter, you will get all of the Ghost crew as well.
Yeah, no, my thing is
Chopper, who is permanently attached to the Phantom. You can't take him out.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
That is dumb. But I'd want the Lego version more anyway, and it'd probably also.
They are doing the Lego version too soon.
I know they are.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. I've been looking at that.
Of course, yeah. So have I.
It should be they're planning on releasing it either for Christmas this year or for Star Wars Day next year.
Right. So
they released a lot of stuff for Star Wars Day this year on Lego. It was fucking. There were some cool ones. If I had I just wish I had stupid money to spend on something that is so unnecessary. I love them, but I'm also a terrible Lego builder because I build that model once and that's what it fucking looks like forever. Don't you touch it? Don't you break it?
No, I think that's how you're supposed to, because that's what I do. Mine are in a fucking glass cabinet.
His are in a box in the shed, in pieces.
Right now, yes. I don't have a place to display them currently. That's also why I have all of my extra pieces and all of my instruction booklets labeled in my filing cabinet. So that when they break, I can put them back how they're supposed to be. I'm actually kind of excited to build the AT-AT again. That one was a fun one.
He's not too broken. His leg fell off.
I might break him again just to build
My
him again.
robot cat died. What happened?
Yes, your robot cat is dead.
Do you not remember?
You don't remember his robot cat? In his sexy video?
You don't remember the robot?
Oh!
Oh my lord! Wow. Everyone,
it was your idea.
I want to remind you that was not only her idea. She also had to edit and then post that video multiple times after the occasion that it happened.
The context in which you threw that in, just like I was like, what robot?
We were talking about my AT-AT.
If you would have said Lego cat, it would have like.
It's a robot. It's a Lego robot.
It's a robot cat.
It's a robot cat.
Sure.
It just happened to be made of Legos.
I was thinking like one of the little like robo toy.
No.
And I was like,
wrong.
the fuck are you talking about?
Incorrect.
I know. The thing that you made me hold in a video that made us all deeply uncomfortable.
Well,
Only you.
I loved every second of it. I don't understand. Maybe you felt uncomfortable. I think we might have had our Harvey Weinstein moment right there. No, we're a little lower down the scale. That's like a Matt Lauer or a Louis C.K. Maybe Louis C.K. He got uncanceled somehow, so I think we'll go Louis. It's our Louis C.K. movement.
That surprised me. Because he didn't throw a fucking fit about it.
No, he went away. He got out of the public eye. He apologized, and now he's back on tour and doing well.
That's the main thing that makes you actually canceled is if you throw a fucking fit about it.
And honestly, I think he actually felt bad. I actually do think he legitimately felt bad and apologized sincerely. So that one's one I'm like, yeah, I guess it's just like prison. You do your time, and you come back and you try and stay out of controversy. We can let it happen.
Alrighty.
It
I
happens.
mean, fucking Mel Gibson's back now. He's been doing a bunch of shit.
Hell, Richard
The only
Gere-
one that I
Did
can't
Richard-
imagine being uncanceled is Kevin Spacey.
Like, didn't Richard Gere
He
stick a
fucks
gerbil
shit.
up his ass in the 80s or something like that too?
I think R. Kelly's pretty done too.
No,
That's fair. Yeah,
they still let him do that too.
But he pee on people.
He released an album from prison,
Yeah.
and it did well, if I remember correctly.
Well, I can't. So
Moving
this
on?
is gonna be
What happens when we don't have a plan?
extra bits.
I forgot what mine was.
Yours is
Oh,
Venture Brothers.
So they finally released the Venture Brothers movie.
They did?
Woo!
Yes. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long. It's really fucking good. I forgot the name of it already, but I've watched
Radiant
it.
is the blood of the baboon heart.
Yeah, Radiant is the
Radiant
blood
is
of
the
the
blood
baboon
of the baboon heart. Yeah.
I was looking at
It does it. While it probably doesn't tie up every single thread throughout the series,
There's
it
way
does
too
tie
many
up
of
the
those.
one from the last season.
Venture Brothers.
I would say there's way too many. There's just too many plot lines to tie up on that, honestly.
It answers the questions most recently raised, like the stuff going on with Monarch and Dr. Venture, and it does go back to like the very first thing that never got answered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was good.
I like that you're
it.
trying to go no spoilers here. I'm with you on this, but I'm pretty sure I got what you're. I'm pretty sure I picked up what you were putting down there.
Oh yeah. It's good. Watch it. It's not gonna come for Max for like another month or so, so you do have to actually pay money if you want to fucking see it. But it's worth it. Oh, and as a side note to that, Max is also gonna be in the next couple of days taking down Venture Brothers from the platform.
Completely?
Why?
Yeah. Presumably to drive up DVD sales since the movie came out.
Yeah, it'll probably be back once they release this on streaming.
Right.
I think
Most
I've seen
likely.
the last season. I need to make sure I'm caught up on the last season of that, honestly, because that show.
Last season is all about. It's the last two seasons that are all about Rusty and the kids in like the city.
Yeah, they're living in his brother's old tower.
Bro, I haven't watched Venture Brothers in years.
I know I've seen the first, at least.
Well,
the
that doesn't mean anything because the Venture Brothers season wait was always a couple years.
Years.
If you could say decades, maybe then you might be okay. There.
Decades.
I mean between seasons, like it was a few years between seasons.
Every
mostly.
time.
Yeah.
No, I think I've at least seen the first season where they were in the city. I don't remember if I've seen. I think I've seen the second one too. I gotta check. Anyway.
It's this show's been going on for long enough, and this doesn't spoil anything. The last thing that happened in the most recent season was, Monarch found he's related to Dr. Venture.
Yeah, they're like half brothers or something like that, right?
Yeah, and Hank walked in on Dean with his girlfriend.
Yes, no, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Because the
So
Monarch's,
this follows up directly on that.
because the Monarch's living in his old family home where his dad used to be a hero.
Yes. And also Phantom Limb was just kind of squatting in there.
Yes, that too.
I love that
Zachary.
fucking show. I'm hoping this is popular enough to bring it back. Sorry to interrupt.
I
but
hope
it's-
for you.
Well, we need to go back to things that were popular enough to bring back, but I don't know if they should. But what I'm going that was popular enough that I'm so glad I got a second season was they've been doing press junkets and stuff like that because Good Omens season 2 is coming out later this week. Actually, if you by the time you're seeing this, I believe the first episode will be out. So they got hit with like 20,000 people signed a petition saying that the show needed to be canceled because it's blasphemous and promotes Satan worship. And I'm going to say they definitely didn't understand the source material either then. Yeah, that's what the show is. That's kind of the whole point.
Wasn't the whole thing with the first season is they wanted to prevent the apocalypse?
Yeah, that's also the whole point.
Yes.
Is they're the people that they've been making fun of in the show the entire time it's been on and in the book when it was written originally are the people that are upset about it being right now. And that's the real reason they're upset, not because it promotes Satanism, is because it makes them look bad and it's hilarious.
Well, there is also, and I love Good Omens, but there is also the fact that they definitely do betray God and the angels that aren't the main two characters as also evil and in the wrong for wanting the apocalypse to happen.
They're just
These
bored.
people have never watched Supernatural.
They're just bored, Peter.
Yeah, they're just bored.
They need something new to happen. Something new.
Well,
Infinite bliss is only good for so long. Come on.
I'm done. I'm so excited for season 2 too, and I'm so glad it's making a bunch of religious fuckwits really mad. That just makes me. That's gonna make me enjoy the next season even more.
Probably, yes.
that's why I'm like,
Sweet, sweet deliciousness.
they clearly never watched Supernatural because, like,
No one's watched Supernatural.
God was a dick. They killed God.
Actually, yeah, the end of that show is they do kill God. Straight up.
Anyway, speaking of people getting mad about dumb things, this is actually from like a hot minute ago, but
A whole hot minute.
it was
Since we recorded, so that's fair.
it was at Disney. No, it was at Hollywood Studios. I was trying to remember because it'd been a while since I'd actually watched this one. But one of the limited edition lightsabers had just gotten released, and so this guy went and got it, and he got like to the front of the park, got it out of the box because he was doing like an unboxing, discovered it was broken, and he throws a fit because so in Disney, when you buy something that's like specific to a certain like area of the park, you have to go back to that area of the park to return or exchange it. And so this guy threw a fit because the Disney cast members made him carry this big box all the way back to Star Wars Land to exchange his broken lightsaber, and they would not carry it for him or help him exchange it.
That doesn't seem... Well, I guess that they also don't want to carry the box.
You've never done an exchange at a fucking Best Buy? That's just how that works.
But yeah, but I guess... I was thinking like he's like, I gotta walk all the way back to Star Wars, to Batu back there. That's a long way. You can't carry my box. It is weird, honestly. It feels like Disney would have already like offered, and can one of us carry your box? But it's probably like it was probably one of those things that like, well, if they hold on to it and they drop it again, they might break it. I don't know.
Well, that, and also like they're assigned to a specific
area,
so they can't leave their area to go.
They're killing the magic.
And like, yeah, and so yeah, he was just mad.
I'm sure he said something like that at some point.
So,
what was the lightsaber? I'm more interested.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of intrigued in what the lightsaber was.
God, let me see.
She got the link right here. Click the link.
Like, I kind of don't care that this person doesn't understand that he has to carry a thing to get a refund or an exchange. Like, I don't really give a shit. The person doesn't know how commerce works.
Also,
but I want to know what the lightsaber is.
Also, it helps that you need a you need a receipt too. That would be helpful.
Right.
I will say.
I mean, he did have the receipt and everything. Oh, it was the limited edition Cal Kestis lightsaber that was released for May the 4th.
Yeah.
Why would they release Cal's lightsaber? The whole point of that is it's supposed to be a modular one that you can turn into whatever the fuck you want.
Right? Technically, the lightsabers we've all built could be Cal's lightsaber.
Yeah, his lightsaber is actually Jaro Tupal's.
Sir, I'm just
That's his lightsaber.
Cal doesn't have a canonical lightsaber because it's customized as we see fit.
It looks like it's half Jaro Tupal's, half what's her name's from the first one.
Oh.
It literally just looks like the base ones that if you had not changed it at all in the game.
It was obviously modeled after game. It's a double-bladed saber. You can get it in blue, green, yellow, purple, red, or white.
Yeah, it's just Jaro Tupal's lightsaber.
Well, there you go. But yeah, he got mad because they made him carry it all the way back.
No.
I know, poor baby.
In his defense, he did spend like $300 on it.
Right, and I get that, but like at the same,
he's gonna get another one. Like you fucking.
It's not like they were saying no, you can't exchange it. They were just saying like, unfortunately, because this is part of a special part of the park, if it were like a pair of ears or a sweatshirt or something like that you could get at any old store, they would have helped him out at the front of the park, no problem. But because it was special to that area of the park, he had to exchange it there because they don't just hold that shit at the front of the park.
Ooh, there's some really cool ones now.
I
Is
believe
it just the hilt? Because if that's the case, he's really bitching about carrying a very small box.
No, the boxes are pretty big. Stephanie got one, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the one
He
you got the one for Ahsoka with 2 hilts, right?
Yeah, that is true.
yes.
Yeah.
His it's a double bladed.
Well,
So it might be long, but it's not going to be wide.
I'm looking at it. It doesn't look double bladed. I don't know where you'd stick the second blade.
It was the limited edition one.
That's what I'm looking
that
at.
was. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
It could probably fit 2 blades in there.
Ezra, you can get Ezra's lightsaber now too.
I so don't care.
My thing
Ezra's
is,
lightsaber is just Luke's, but slightly different.
I would like Ezra's lightsaber if he would use it right. No, his first one. I want the
the blaster one?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
down for that.
That's the one that's
That's a cool
available
one.
now. Is
Yeah,
the
no,
blaster
no,
one.
that's why I was stopping him. Like, no, the first one, the first one,
The one that's not just Luke's, but slightly different in appearance.
the one with the taser. Come on, that he never uses right.
No. The only person who uses that one right is Kanan.
Yeah, and Ezra even acknowledges that, and then never does it after that.
Oh,
He
it's
goes,
almost like there's
"I
a
ne-
reason I hate this fucking show.
He's like, oh, I never thought to do it like that, and then never thinks to do it like that ever again.
It's almost like the writers forgot it was a thing.
Yeah,
And
that's why
Anyway.
his next lightsaber was just a standard ass lightsaber. Because they were tired of dealing with the blaster lightsaber.
So, he was watching Rebels the other day, and I came home, and I don't remember at what point in time I had discovered this, but you know that Freddie Prinze Jr. does the voice of Kanan.
Yes.
So now that I know that, I walked in and he's watching the show, and I was like, I can't unhear it now. Like, I just hear Freddie Prinze Jr.
He doesn't even do like a voice. Because
No,
he's not a voice actor,
Because
he's an actor.
it was one of those things where I'm like, that sounds really familiar, but I can't place it. So it's like, whatever, it's fine. I'm just going to immerse myself in this thing. And now I can't unhear it. And the one Inquisitor, whatever sister the fuck, is Sarah Michelle Gellar. And now I can't unhear that either.
Remember
Anyway.
when you didn't realize that Agent Smith, Red Skull, and fucking...
Yeah, that's
Okay,
also
first
true.
of all,
They're
I
all
think
Hugo Weaving. Yeah.
I should get a little.
No pass. No
yeah,
pass.
it's not like you can see their face.
He looks different, but he sounds exactly the same every time. The only difference between Red Skull and fucking Agent Smith is a slight German accent.
You're all wrong.
No,
they're
we're
all-
100% right.
And they're all Elrond. So what do you
Yeah.
want from me?
The
It's the same voice every time.
8-Bit Cash Show usually comes out on Friday, except when it doesn't. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peter, where can the people find us?
Apparently not on here because you just cut him off. He's done with him. Done with him.
YouTube, anywhere, Audible, I assume, anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Anywhere you listen
I
to
think I must
podcasts.
subscribe to us on Audible.
Just to see if you can. Do
No,
it.
I am. Like, currently, I know I am.
Oh, we are on Audible. All right.
I'm subscribed to us on Apple Podcasts.
I don't listen to us.
That's great.
I listen to us on Spotify personally.
Well, until next time, my friends, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
I noticed we're not on YouTube Music's podcasts.
Yeah, fuck that YouTube music. We're on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube.
Are you getting stir crazy at home? Does this look like you on a daily basis? Patiently waiting to catch your laser? How about you watch us on YouTube at 8-Bit Cats? Because we'll take away your boredom, and you won't be like this cat, patiently waiting. Get it, Patches. Get it.